Well, hello there, internets. So for anybody that is checking out, this is Storyboard Sketching number 1. Basically, I'm going to try to do this weekly, even actually a couple of them a week. Not always storyboards, but anything that dealing with the animation industry kind of stuff. Feel free to leave comments so that if there's anything, just episode script. I do have an episode already storyboard and made into a like reel. It's on my YouTube channel. Feel free to check it out sometime. Could be better, but it's a start. I plan on doing a better job with all these future ones. And that one's actually episode 4. It just happened to have a lot of the qualities when I was trying to pitch the idea around for the visual idea of the story. Trying to set up my windows here on the other screen so I can see any comments that might be popping up, plus the script and also the character designs. Well, this is a script I could just flip over. So outside's not that bad, but overall I'm gonna have it so that these characters, they start off outside and they're working their way inside, and I still want them to have an overall travel in direction of like this even when they get indoors. So and later on this week when I get to doing some design stuff, I should get around to actually officially designing this. So maybe that'll be the thing I work on. Who knows? I can get the flow going at the same time as drawing. Yeah, new vector layer is fine. So Kendo's here, and DW is going to be over here. Hey man, how's it going, Keith? Weasel spelled wrong with LE instead of EL. It's based off of a buddy whose email address was Drunk Weasel, and he spelled it wrong for some reason. Pator is the one in the middle, and Kendo is the one on the far right, in case you're curious. So we see DW with his computer tower in hand walking through the front door, and Kendo at the back of the car with his trunk open. So if we do a quick little to this one, a slight down shot with 2, while it's a slight up shot with 1, since DW is actually on top of like a porch. And we have our establishing shot, which is out here, which isn't that bad. Overall, the nice thing is we have both characters and the door, which is the other main point of focus for this sequence, all in this nice straight line. So as long as we avoid this section. So according to all of this, we're going to be going over, Kenda's going to be doing the talking. So let's zoom out here. start off with DW. He's carrying computer tower here. Kendo back here. Sorry, background. So one of the main reasons that I'm doing these little videos, all of that, I feel like DW is a little on the low side. Yeah, let's put them like that for now. So here, let's add a new panel. Copy the background layer. It's probably an easier way, but that's the way that I know of. ADW, got everything from in here. Let's have this other hand still like on the top of the trunk. Sort of like as if he's holding on for support. New vector. And maybe he's actually closer to the door here. So let's go with this panel. And let's pull him back more. So, boom. So I'm gonna copy the background layer. And I'm gonna copy DW's layer. Delete. And with this one, there'll be a change in Kendo's posture so that he can actually this arm is up at the trunk. And maybe this arm comes down. Maybe we cut on the action. And we have DW at the top of steps. So we have, it's going to be somewhat of an upshot. So let's lower him down here. Whoops. And lower him. And let's shrink that down some. That way we can give a little bit more acting room. Boom, boom. And enlarge Kendo over here. And maybe see. The trunk in there. No, you did not miss the party, Tori. The trunk in the car. There we go. So I want to get the nice shot of Kendo closing the car from this angle, so at least the trunk is in frame. I sort of want it more in frame. So I don't want to do a whole like. And not gonna give much movement with DW here. Like, I could have him going in already into the house, but I don't want his movement to draw from the main action, which is Kendo here closing the door or the trunk. And let's add another panel. And Kendo will start making his way into the house. So we have a stabbing shot. Let's make sure that we see the computer that Kendo picks up down here. Boom, boom, close. Oh my god. Yeah, so I can draw. Just, it's not showing right now because I'm not putting too much effort into it. I'm more going for worst car I've ever drawn. So kind of goes in and on its background layer. So copy, paste, and let's get all of these lines right here. And wham. Door closes. Let's turn off that. DW walk in, Kendo stops DW, DW turns around, cuts this way, close the door, they pick up the computers and walk right on in. So if you can actually stomach these quick scribbles, then, right on. I just accidentally hit a button. How do I get back to, I think it's you. There we go. This little coffee table hanging on right here. Where the camera is at the wall, excuse me, there's entertainment center. So like TV with like video game consoles and whatnot. So Pator's computer is the one that's back here. So the guys, chances are they'll be setting up their computers on this coffee table right here. Just in case you're curious on like the layout of the overall room. The layout isn't anywhere near as what the whole place is based off of, but sometimes you have to change up a lot of things. One of those things that I'll look into a little bit later on with all the new fancy features. So we have the pit here. We have entertainment unit. We have a chair facing this way. A smaller chair here. Couch with an end table and lamp. Coffee table. We have Pator and his computer over here. We have the door entering the room, planning the cameras. So looking at the script, DW and Kendo stroll into the door with computers in hand. Pator is seated at his computer desk. They talk a little bit. Between DW and Pator, basically asking where to set up. Kendo and DW work their way to some open space in the pit, set up their machines. The pit is like the name of this location. We called the basement that we hung out often the pit, mostly because it was in the basement and it was nice and cool and it felt like a pit in the ground. So messed up and yeah. So what are we playing today? How about some aliens? Can you finish hooking up the computers in the pit, attaching the line cables to the router? So at least overall, we're looking in this direction, which is nice. So it's something that we can keep the cameras facing. And with that, I'm surprised it's not doing the Kendo and DW walk in. Since Pator is on this side of the room, I want to make sure that he is on this side of the camera at all times. DW is going to be more center, and Kendall will be here. Overall in the situation. So if it's just between the two, Kendo and DW, DW will be on screen right. And if it's between DW and Pator, DW will be screen left. Just makes my life a little bit easier keeping things. So we can just use that in order to keep things a little more slower paced. As the action picks up, that's when we can start adding in some more of the camera angles. Actually, other side of the room. Let's get rid of that arrow right there. So W in the foreground here. Pator in his chair. So here I'm not worrying so much still, even because like this is still roughing it out, the amount of cameras I'm using. So top of the table, Pator goes in and drops the router right there. And camera is actually a little bit more like this. So you can go back to 3 when Kendo starts talking over to Pator, and maybe Pator is still standing here. And let's go over to this kind of shot. They finish hooking up the computers. And maybe a nice little close-up. Maybe sort of a close-up similar to 3 on the coffee table. So we have the machine right there with the router. And that little alarm is just my phone. I have alarm set for 11 o'clock. basically as a note, that is more or less the shots. I'll do the roughed out stuff into the actual scenes, and we'll see. Yeah, what I'll look into doing is getting the rest of all these scenes roughed out in the like these panels right here, so that next week with the storyboarding thing, I will get to drawing up the